You know, it's almost like your birthday with a package from China, so let's go. The Retro Mini Classic Street Pro Edition. They are selling these things still in 2021. Matter of fact, they are giving us new versions. But the question remains, how good are these new versions? That I just wanted to check it out today. So stay tuned, consider subscribing to the channel, hit the bell, become one of the Wicked family, and let's go. Okay, so this is what you're going to get in the box itself. It seems to be this was a pro version, but to begin with, we're not going to get wireless controls. We're going to get the basic UCOM controllers. Yeah, that's more like in question, what are we going to get with these? And this version even has the horrible quality versions. The buttons are very clicky. They feel kind of weird. The analog stick. The D-pad is flimsy. The shoulder buttons feel cheap. So nevertheless, I can't say anything good about these things. So let's put it that way. And the same goes for Play 2, of course. So we're going to get a VGA cable. We're also going to get an HDMI long cable. And we're having our basic 12-volt power supply. Yeah, they feel quite light, to be honest. And they're not the best quality, but they're going to give you these things most of the time. Okay, here we're having the system itself. So the system, simple, powerful mini street arcade. So inside this box we're going to get actually the console, because this thing is completely redesigned. This is not like all the Pandora boxes I've shown you on the channel, because this is completely something new. And I mean with new, they also call it here, this is what I mean with the naming, Pandora Treasure. So is it now a Pandora Street Arcade Pro, or is it just a Pandora Treasure? It's, oh man. So we're going to get an on and off switch here at the front. Very nice clicky one. There is no extra feet, so if you're going to put it on the table, it will slide all over the place. At the back we're going to get an HDMI and a VGA. And the VGA, you need to take consideration, this is just for the LCD monitors. If you're having a very old arcade, it's highly possible it doesn't work. Volume control, audio out, and of course the setting button like all the Pandora's boxes. And the side, at the left side and the right side, we're going to get the USB connections, and here we have the CF card. Take consideration with these versions, adding games is highly or not possible. I just wanted to point it out. The menu looks a little bit similar like previous models I've reviewed, for example the Pandora Box 5 and 6. And with the Pandora Box 9, yes, they made one big epic messy list. We have a lot of double games and a lot of homebrew games. Games that are modified, for example the King of Fighters 99 boss. That means that we can play with the final bosses. Pressing up and down we can skip to the next game, and at the same time it will change out the little preview. You can see it at the right of the screen. Pressing right and left on the D-pad you can skip a full page, and it can give you this, let's say, a more faster scrolling through the game list. But after all these years they finally listened to us. When pressing the start button you can go up all the way back. We have of course the recent list, so you can play the game that you recently played, or you can go search your games. Works like a charm. You really need to get used to it, but I'm very happy that they finally fixed it. So what we're going to do, we're going to change between games and we're going to play some. But first let's talk about what kind of games, because you already can see over here we having an MD, and I'm guessing this is Mega Drive. This is seriously the first Pandora version I've seen that is running the Mortal Kombat 2 and 3 main games. So that's quite interesting. But what is really cool that we're having a quick load and quick save options. I tested it out, it works with the 16-bit, it also works with arcade and PlayStation 1. So when it comes to emulation performance with MAME, I must say that most of these games run pretty good. It's similar like the Pandora Box 6. And the same applies for Neo Geo. It has a lot of good performance here, so there is no problem running that on a cheap system like this. Surprisingly, there were some lost PlayStation 1 games on the system, and the ones that are on the system runs pretty good. Another interesting feature that this games console also includes some 8-bit, 16-bit and 32x games. There are not a lot of them and you need to find them through the big list, but when you find them, it's quite interesting to see it, because most of these versions, consoles, are running not a lot of 8-bit, 16-bit games. Mostly they are, let's say, for the Neo Geo and MAME games. Okay, so the settings. Here we're going to get some interesting options. Let's begin about the Neo Geo console. It's on, and when I'm going to put it off, I have no idea what kind of differences. I've spoken with my buddy Emulation just to see more like, hey, is there something they did extra with the Neo Geo consoles, like in BIOS, so you can recall, but I couldn't find any information or any weird things going on or special things with the Neo Geo console option, especially all the other things that we can find on different Pandora's boxes, like background music, and we turn it on and off, you name it, more similar stuff. But in overall, I think that this thing doesn't have a very horrible performance. It's always more like a mixed bag, and there are always some things that it can improve. But when I'm trying out with the 2-player version and all of the other things, it works just fine. And the tiny box, personally I just like it. And the overall performance when you're looking at emulation is similar to the older Pandora's Box 6. So this is basically what you're going to get with the Pandora's Treasure Pro Mini Street View. They call this thing by many names.